So we're going to have to suffer through this, just you and I.
Just you and I. Just the two of us.
Yeah.
Nobody sing.
Is there anybody out there? Hello? Hello, we see you. We kind of see you out there. Come on in. It's Friday. It's the 25th of July already. And this year's passing in a hurry.
It's zooming past.
Just let me start with this.
Hello, motherfucker.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Here's our...
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with the...
Hope everyone's doing okay. Glenn is absent, probably for the show. He's having his kitchen redone, and he's currently in a state of turmoil. Gordon Ramsay hell. Yeah. So Russ and I are here, and we are going to look through a great book. I've had this book on the we need to look at that pile that's right next to my computer for months now, and just haven't gotten around to doing it. And I had to make up my mind yesterday about what we were going to watch this weekend or look through this weekend, and this book was right there on top, and I said, we really need to look through this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry Glenn is not here, because the artwork is phenomenal. You're going to see some great, this is Paul Gulacy literally at the height of his abilities. He had done Master of Kung Fu there for a while, and got with Don McGregor, who was a big writer at Marvel at that point, created a lot of the Black Panther material that you see on the screen nowadays, kind of fleshed out the entire Wakanda and the Dora Milaje and all of that, and was a big writer working at Marvel at the time. And Eclipse approached, approached Eclipse with an idea for a character, and got Gulacy to draw it, and they ended up doing a graphic novel of it, long before graphic novels were even thought of. So we're going to be taking a look at SABRE.
Damn, that looks good.
By Don McGregor and Paul Gulacy.
Look at that.
Let me blow it up here and show you the great wraparound cover that is here. It's a saddle-stitched book.
Wow.
We're going to be taking a look at its black and white interior, and Gulacy again. Like I said, if you enjoyed in the like I said in the description, if you've enjoyed Master of Kung Fu, especially during the early Gulacy years, you're going to love this book. This is great,
cool.
Especially if you've never seen it before. Marvel did take the character and do an epic series with him for a short period. I don't think they could quite get it to step off the ground, or Eclipse did. One of the other ones. One or either Epic or Eclipse tried to print a series of the character, and it didn't take off very far. I think it only ran 6 or 8 issues, and they stopped it. But this book is fantastic. It's recognized as a very early graphic novel, one of the earliest that was recognized as a graphic novel. They had already had albums and collections, especially over in Europe, that were similar to this, but Eclipse printed it. This is first printing. I think it's been reprinted a couple of times. And again, this is 1978.
Wow.
First printing.
It is early.
August of 1978.
What did they call it?
I think they just called it a SABRE.
No, they didn't call it a graphic novel.
No, they called it a comic novel.
A comic novel. Ah, yeah. There you go. They used the word comic. That's why.
They weren't afraid to use the word
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. Anyway, folks, we're really glad you're here. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics. I'm currently writing The Atlantean, just the further adventures of Cull and Brule off of the
Yeah.
public domain short story, The Shadow Kingdom, that we adapted. We've gone through 2 volumes of The Atlantean. The third one has a campaign running right now over at fundmycomic.com. And I will put that link here in the description in the hopes that you'll go over there, take a look at the campaign and buy in. We are very happy with the results that we've gotten so far. And the campaign is only a week old.
Yeah, week old. Yeah, and we've
And-
got 84 backers and over $3,000 raised. So
Yep.
I'm hopeful we can increase our reader count. So
tremendously. Yeah, we're 3/5 of the way to volume 2's goal, and we really want to beat that as hard as we can.
yeah, I'd love to get 300 backers this time, and it's not for the money. It's just to get more people out there, to get more readers.
Exactly.
Want to see growth because we really want to continue doing it. So.
Yep. It's called the King of Gulacy, as he and Brule, the Spear Slayer, his companion, kind of his blood brother, go around the world, or his world at that time, looking to eradicate it of all of the little shape-shifting lizard demons that tried to take over his throne in the Shadow Kingdom, as well as a number of other adventures. This issue coming up introduces some great new characters. Volume 4 will introduce another set of new characters. Each volume is intended to be read separately as well as in a line.
Yeah.
You can read an overall story if you want, or you can just enjoy the volumes individually. We hope
issue 3 is great fun, I have to say. It's issue 1 was a slow start. It's adventure, but it was a slow start, so you could get used to the combination of Brule
we
and
were
Cull
all
and
getting
their interaction.
We were all getting our feet wet at that point.
And that was, but it was great. I really enjoyed the story. The second one was like full of action. It was really good fun. But this third one is better. It's an improvement even more so. There's more
better.
action, and there's these new characters as well, and it's really good fun.
Really proud of it. I think it's a really good mixture and just a very classic sword and sorcery type story.
Yeah.
So again, we hope that you take a look at it. We hope you get a chance to buy into the campaign, fundmycomic.com. I will go over there and dig that up immediately and post the link for that.
Fundmycomic.com/theatlantean3. You can. We're on until the end of August. So you go. So we've got 5 weeks left.
Yeah.
So check it out. I understand there's not everybody can jump in. So if you do get the opportunity to repost it or share it, please do.
Yes, please do.
Because that's what we thrive on. Real fans, real enthusiasts reading these books and enjoying them and wanting to keep them on their shelf in their collection. So, yeah.
Anyway, today I'm joined by Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Russ Leach. I'm a comic book artist from the UK, and as you can see, I'm the artist on The Atlantean. So go check that out. If you want to find out more, we send out regular newsletters, email. So go to russleach.com, and sign up for the email list there. If you can't, for some reason, get involved in the crowdfunder, you can pick up individual issues on places like Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Obviously, they're not exactly the same as the crowdfunded issue because we want to give something special to the people that back us via crowdfunding, and also everybody gets a free print of the front cover art, the beautiful art by Renato. So that's why you would jump in at the crowdfunder. But if you can't do that, then later on you can go pick them up at Amazon. But whichever way you do that, you can go to russleach.com, sign up for the email newsletter there, and You can also pick up the merch links there as well. So there you go.
Yep. And there we are. Just going to post that link in here.
Post it.
Posting.
Post it.
There we are.
Ooh. Oh, look at that.
Taking up there.
That'll do you there. Good. See it nice. Here we go.
This is late 70s, folks, back when black and whites and indie comics were just coming into vogue. Folks were figuring out that they could print their own stuff. The underground movement has been raging here for about a decade and running very strongly. Heavy metal was out. Star Wars just came out the year before. A New Hope, I should say, just came out the year before. And Eclipse was looking for projects. And Eclipse being one of the premier indie comics companies run by Dean Mullaney and Kat Ironwood out of the West Coast. They ended up printing a large number of great material. Miss Tree comes to mind by Max Allan Collins and Terry Beatty, and just a large volumes of incredible work. Dean was really a huge comic fan, used to love comic strips a lot, and they did a lot of strip reprints with Eclipse. They printed a lot of original material by established professionals and other folks that they found along the way. This is again a comic novel, printed cardstock cover, nice real thick paper stock for the book in order to hold the amount of ink that's on here. And you'll see in a minute some beautiful black and white artwork here. McGregor, again, the writer, Paul Gulacy, the artist, Annette Kawecki. It's a letterer. Obviously, the logo is hand done. An Eclipse production. It's our main character, Sabre, there. I might have to tighten that up just a little bit because it looks like some of the fine line work is gone.
Yeah.
You see it all right?
It's only so much you can do really on camera.
Yeah, I can see that there. Really reminded me of Jimi Hendrix with a flintlock and a sword.
Yeah.
Just like his early Shang-Chi looked a lot like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So artwork all done in black and white, old style, old
really
70s.
Nice.
All done by hand. Zip screens included here. And you can tell everybody on this project really loved doing it. It's a great piece of work that very few people, I think, have seen. Gets a little wordy at the start.
Clint Eastwood on the first page there.
Back here, you mean? Right there, yeah. Of an endangered species. Slow fate of an endangered species is the name of the story. Fantastic line work here, very reminiscent to me of Steranko.
Yeah, I was going to say
in
that.
a lot of places. Yeah. Master of Light and Shadows. There's Melissa Siren. Prologue 2. Action moves along and we start getting into less dialogue here.
Did they get paid for that?
I'm sure they probably got paid by a percentage of the book sales
Yeah.
on this project. I'm not absolutely sure if they paid a page rate to the creators or not. Hope they did, but if they didn't, I hope it made a good amount of money. You don't hear about this product very often,
No.
or mentioned anywhere, but it does have its place in history. I remember reading it when I first got it, literally a kid, and enjoying the story quite a bit. Oh, sorry. But I was a huge fan of both of these creators at this point, loving Master of Kung Fu, and Don McGregor wrote, in my opinion, the best Killraven stories that ever were. Just some great material, great creators. I think both of them are still alive too. So I know Don is. You see him show up at the red carpet viewings of all of the Black Panther movies. Again, a little wordy. Letterer was put to work here.
It looked like the panel. He was leaving the gaps for it though.
Here for it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's left plenty of space for it.
Mm-hmm. Again, at this point, Gulacy had been on Master of Kung Fu for a couple years probably, doing some incredible work there as well. But the only way you can see that work is through omnibus, if you can't dig up the back issues. And I know those back issues have to be expensive anymore.
Yeah.
I think I've got the whole run in a long box somewhere. Again, nice little transition using the background.
Bit of tint laying down on those pages, is it?
Not seeing a lot on this. This
On
is
the-
all line work here.
Is it? What's that on the left-hand page, bottom right panel? Panel 7.
Over here?
Yeah, on a boob.
It's all line work, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Right.
The shading here.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's line work. I'll pull it up closer and take a look here. Let me switch glasses. I'll tell you for sure. You never know with the 70s stuff, because some of the 70s stuff got really zip heavy. A lot of zipatone usage. No, you're right. That is zipatone. There's a zip screen here and here. Just enough to give it that gray tone. And he uses a combination of line work and zipatone throughout this. But the 70s and 80s alternative comics were really known for that kind of work. Anything to, because they knew they weren't going to be in color, anything to add any type of grayscale or gray tone that would be dependable. Because again, back during this period, they weren't using cameras or no digital at all. So you had to trust a regular camera to make a stat. So you have an occasional, I don't think it's in this book, but I know in the black and white comics, you have problems with moire patterns, and that holding any type of a gray ink wash was always difficult unless you screened it, which meant turning it.
You had to make it mechanical, didn't you? Because you're using a rostrum camera to pick it up.
Right.
It's not like a scanner. Had to be clear. And then the lines and everything would fur to a degree. Yeah.
And then you had to worry if you were matching, laying one zip screen on top of another, not to get it mixed together into some really bizarre moire patterns.
Whoa, it is quite wordy.
It is, but it comes and goes.
Yeah.
This here is a zip screen as well. Always loved Gulacy's work.
Very graphic, isn't it? Like you say, it's very Steranko-esque.
Yep. kind of harsh lighting, but it works incredibly well.
It is a comic.
Too. A little bit of silhouette work here.
Yeah.
Close up on the hands. We got a little, not quite an iPhone.
Yeah,
But
it's close though.
probably a 70s version of a smartphone. Yeah.
Oh, nudity.
A little bit. All artistic, folks. Yeah. It is an alternative independent comic of the day, and
Looks
they
like they
were-
might have been. Sorry,
go
go.
ahead. They were free from the Comic Code Authority, so a lot of times books like this really took their liberties with
Some
content.
definite photo reference going on.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes, that tipped back face, I think, at the top left.
Yeah.
But also on the right, on the top right here, the guy that's looking in. No, yeah, him on the phone, but also that guy. That just there's an essence of realism about that.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a combination
Good.
of genres.
Yeah, there's got like a mix of everything in this. It's like high tech and
He's carrying a sword and a flintlock, and
yeah,
Yeah.
bit cowboyish and a bit pirate-ish. It's just
Yep.
it's bonkers.
smartphones and pirate ships.
Yeah,
Big captain's wheel here.
I can't look at this main character without thinking of Thin Lizzy. It
Yeah.
reminds me a bit of Phil Lynott,
Okay.
just a bit.
Reminds me of a lot of the blaxploitation
Yeah,
type shots of the it's late 70s, so disco
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing a little head sweatband here.
lovely water and the wind. You can feel the wind in there, can't you? It's really stormy.
Off of the tree.
It's great.
It's really the hard detail here. It's just phenomenal. And what was it? Maybe a year back, we looked at Future Day, the collection of work from Gene and Dan Day. They came in on Master of Kung Fu after Gulacy left, and you could
Yeah.
tell a style difference because it was so much like this kind of material. This kind of ink work and everything just really kept it up.
He's swinging in there. Look at that.
A little bit of pirating going on.
Yarg.
Of course, in comics, you can't see a guy with an eye patch without thinking of Nick Fury.
No. Oh, the
Folks,
Catman.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Catman has hit him with that thing, that knife. Now on the right there, his hand has been knifed to the pole. Middle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, been knifed to the pole.
Yeah. Kind of a throwing knife. Again, this is the Kung Fu period. So you've got a lot of odd weaponry going on. That was part of the charm of Master of Kung Fu, is you never knew what the villain's main weapon of choice was going to be. Everything from maces to having attachments done at the end of their ponytail.
This, I mean, it was
Crazy
big. The Bruce Lee films at the time.
Yeah. So you've got nunchucks and throwing stars and all sorts of weaponry going on. Always loved this panel. I've seen a few reviews of this work that feature that panel and a couple other ones that we'll see. Very iconic type stuff. little bit of info dump work in there. Nice little seeing him on a table. Way early for any type of Wolverine or Weapon X reference there by a couple of years. Wolverine's barely in the X-Men at this point.
This is so Steranko.
Yeah. Sometimes you've got a number of pages or a number of panels on a page, and sometimes there's 2 or 3, depending upon the story and the detail. That's very Steranko here. Not afraid to play with page, with composition, layout. And again, folks, the chat is open if you want to talk about this. We are live this morning. Somewhat, a little bit more coffee. We'll be more alive. It's also a really hard panel right there.
Some harsh shadow going on.
Yeah. The light source coming in. And from behind, it's a skeleton.
Yeah.
Right there. I believe there's kind of a dystopian future setting going on. Society has crumbled. People have devolved down to barbarianism.
Oh dear.
Little zip screen back here. Just break it up. Zips over here. There as well. A bit of operating going on, it looks like.
Bit of torture.
Yeah.
You don't like him, does he?
No. There we go.
Oh, she escapes.
Yeah. She's fighting that skeleton.
Ray Harryhausen would love it.
Yeah. It's another iconic panel here.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Make my day.
Very much. Very much. He might have actually swiped that pose from the
It looks
Enforcer
very
movie
Harry,
poster. Yeah, it does. But it's a flintlock pistol. Kind of cool. Sometimes you get a little Richard Roundtree vibe.
Yeah.
Off of his face. It's right in that blaxploitation period.
Yeah. Look at the work in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of harsh shadow again.
It's kind of his trademark look, though. He does. That's his part of his style. Especially when he draws and inks himself.
Oh, of course, they've got to fight up some stairs as well.
Oh yeah,
got to fight up the stairs.
A little more modernistic looking stairs than your typical castle. Yeah. A little bit of a boot here.
Someone's got hold of it.
Cross hatching. It's that skeleton dude again. She got shot up there.
Pew pew. That galloping horse, the bottom right there.
Nice.
In
Genuine
motion.
Genuine Comics in the house, Dave. Glad you're here.
okay.
Beautiful contrast work. Yep, we agree. You were saying, Russ?
I would say that horse in motion there is quite cool.
Yeah. Dave, anytime you want in on any of these conversations, if you want to be on the air, I'd be more than happy to send you a link. Just contact me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. There we are.
There's some horses.
There's some horse work, yeah.
Yeah.
All over here. That's a little stiff here, though.
Bit weird looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little off, odd, but that's he might have photo referenced that as far as I know, and he might have had a pose that looked exactly like that. And it just looks a little stiff.
This looks weird. Yeah.
The other horse looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, that one does. Yeah, and the one above on the left. Yeah.
He's kind of got a
He's got a tangent
line there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad either. Gotta admire artists like that who can master light and shadow this well. That's not easy to do.
It's not. No.
Though Bern Hogarth has a fantastic dynamic light and shadow instructional book. If anybody's out there,
I have that.
having a problem working on that kind of stuff, it is, in my opinion, indispensable for that. He's got another one on folds that are just amazing as well.
Oh, it's in another fight now.
Looks like he's getting run over by a bus. Some sort of machine. And then the morning disintegrates.
Boom.
Train, steel steeds are hurled into the air like unwilling sacrifices, like paradoxum creates a devastating rainbow of burning air and slicing shrapnel. It curves flamboyantly against the quiet apricot dawn, an exploding chain reaction that topples buildings, crushes roadways, and leaves a cataclysmic sorrow in its aftermath. Whew. Yeah. Genuine says, appreciate the invite, Randy. I'm more of a listener, not a talker. No problem, Dave. We welcome any type of contribution you can make. Congrats with the Atlantean, guys. What a good looking book that is. Thanks again.
Thank you.
It is. That's primarily due to Russ and the great folks over at Critical Blast. We're tied into the publishing end of it. Nice.
Some good,
very nice
good,
product.
Yeah, good production. Yeah.
Yep. Love the hardback book. Just I gush about it at every opportunity. There's an eye. That we're looking at line work here. Up here, all bent that way to follow the position.
Look at that eyeball. That's amazing. Yeah, it's great. He shoots him in the head. Like
there it is, right through his helmet too.
Ends. Truly ends.
Can't be your typical flintlock there if you're knocking through the metal helmet like that.
Interesting text there. Interesting lettering choices.
Nice contrast to the over wordiness of the just one balloon was what I was reading, or one caption It's what I was reading. I don't think I could ever do that. That kind of verbose writing.
I think it helps if you break it up, but been, working with Aaron on the editing side and the lettering, just breaking things up helps. Just even if you've got like that one big box there, even if that was broken into 2 boxes, it just helps. It helps you read it because you don't feel like you've got a massive thing to read. It's in 2 parts. It's just the way you approach it.
David Genuine asks, who's the Sabre artist? This is Paul Gulacy. He's best known for the early set of Master of Kung Fu's back in the 70s. This is 1978. Steranko is raging at this point, probably just finishing his comic book work, going on to Media Scene and printing his own material here at this point and painting paperback book covers like the Shadow run that he did. That's just iconic. Unbelievably great work. Gulacy went on to do a few other projects here and there and a couple of fill-ins for Marvel and DC. But Master of Kung Fu is really his big pull. It's impressive how he creates different textures and surfaces with only black and white. This is part of the fun of this era, the indie comics during this time, where they knew that they weren't going to be in color, so they had to break it up as much as they possibly could or fill it in as much as they could so you didn't get that coloring book look. So you've got artists that are working in like harsh black and white lights and not afraid to run intricate line works or zip a tone here and there, do a shade board. It was really popular during this time. No digital effects, obviously, no Photoshop right before that, I would say. Photoshop come in, I think, in the mid-'80s. But yeah, just a master inker. And Gulacy's doing all the artwork here on his own, by the way. He's doing all the pencils and inks on this. And again, some great line work back here. Dropping it back, thin lines up against the thicker shapes. A little bit of zip it tone here added for shadow. Now, this is the stuff when I was that influenced me really hard when I was a teen. This kind of material, First Kingdom by Jack Katz, and this book, and Steranko, especially Steranko's. He did a hard-boiled detective, Chandler. That's what it was called. That Byron Price printed. I still want a copy of that book really bad. And Glenn, if he was here, I'm sure would mention the Outland movie adaptation.
Yeah, what a great thing that is. Yeah.
Yep, just great work. This is right there in that period, back when you had some really individual artists kicking out some very unique styles. Kurt Swan on Superman for a long run. Jim Aparo on Spectre and Brave and the Bold with Batman team-ups. Just working very individually, very beautiful stuff. And all hitting incredibly tight deadlines as well. I think Gulacy probably had an open deadline on this so he could stretch it out a little bit. We're at the end of the book already. That's pretty cool.
Wow. That is crazy. Short one today.
Get a little bit of zip screen. We can go back over it again if we want. Maybe we went through it too fast. A couple little afterwards here. I thought we'd be spending at least a day on this, or a show on this.
Well, it's all right to have a short one every now and then.
Yeah.
That was a lovely book. He did that on the front as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's all
you could see he took a lot of time over that.
There's the signature.
Again, some photo reference again as well, I think.
6 from Sirius, I think he did for DC. It was a limited series of 6 or 9 issues, what they called back then a maxi series.
Mm-hmm.
He also did, I'm not sure what he's working on now, or what he's done lately. Should look him up on Wikipedia since we've got time. But I've had this book for decades. I ran across it at a show right after it came out back in the 70s.
I'd always be really nervous about putting a gun in my trousers. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But it never occurred to me that was a good idea.
Well, he's got it pointed away.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'd still be nervous about it.
Tucked under his belt. It's not like it's pointing directly at his junk or anything.
Yeah.
You see here, Paul Gulacy on the Wikipedia page. Born August 15th, 1953, an American comic artist best known for his work for DC Comics and Marvel Comics, and for drawing one of the first graphic novels, Eclipse Enterprises' 1978 Sabre, slow fade of an endangered species, with writer Don McGregor. He's most associated with Marvel's 70s martial artists and espionage series Master of Kung Fu. Raised in Youngstown, Ohio as a teen, it was inspired by art of course, Jim Steranko.
Yeah.
On Marvel Comics, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Gee, that doesn't resonate here at all, considering that he's got a guy with a patch over his eye that looks so much like Nick Fury, it's not even funny.
You can really see Steranko's
little bit of
influence
too. Yeah. There. He went on to study art at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. Fellow Youngstown resident Val Mayrick, a Marvel artist, introduced him to another local Marvel artist, Dan Atkins of East Liverpool, Ohio, for whom Gulacy would work as an assistant, and who suggested Gulacy prepare a 6-page sample for Marvel. He sent it to an editor named Roy Thomas. Gulacy recalled, and 2 weeks later, I got the phone call telling me I was hired. Gulacy's initial work as a Marvel freelancer was penciling the 15-page story Mobius the Living Vampire for Adventure into Fear number 20.
Right, yes, of course.
Cover dated February of 74.
You know who inked that?
Mike Friedrich, and inked by Jack Abel. Yeah.
Right.
Abel inked some of his Master of Kung Fu material too.
Right.
Following this came an inking assignment over penciler Bob Brown on the superhero comic Daredevil, number 108, March 1974. At some unspecified point during this time, Gulacy did a small amount of artwork for the pornographic magazine Hustler, explaining that comics artist Jim Steranko, whom he had met through Atkins, had turned down what Gulacy called a couple of jobs and suggested Gulacy instead. I did them. They offered me more and a lot of money, but I turned them down. I consider it a skeleton in my closet. It's always those assignments you're most ashamed of that come back to haunt you at shows, by the way.
It's always those assignments you're most ashamed of that pay you the most.
that can be true too. Well, then that some of that shame goes away with the nice paycheck. But
yeah.
Usually the I've found the work that you cringe the most at is the stuff that the fans bring to you at shows to sign the most.
Yeah.
1974, Gulacy began work on the character with which he became most associated, the philosophical martial artist and secret agent Shang-Chi, in the comic Master of Kung Fu, cover billed as The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, number 18 in June of 74, inked by Al Milgrom. That initial story and one in the next issue were written by Steve Englehart, but issue number 20 was co-written by Gary Conway and Doug Moench. At the same month's giant-sized Master of Kung Fu, written by Moench, marked the beginning of a Moench-Gulacy collaboration on the increasingly complex cinematic feature about the son of longtime Pulp Fiction supervillain Fu Manchu, who teams with British intelligence to bring down his father's labyrinthine plans for global domination, with some exceptions. Whoop, sorry, folks. All right, we're still good there. With some exceptions, the writer-penciler team would continue through a serialized arc to issue number 50, culminating with the apparent death of Fu Manchu. Comics historian Les Daniels observed that ingenious writing by Doug Moench and energetic art by Paul Gulacy brought Master of Kung Fu a new life. In 2010, Comics Bulletin ranked Moench and Gulacy's work on Master of Kung Fu 6th on its list of the top 10 70s Marvels. In later 70s, Gulacy took on occasional other assignments, including the covers of the science fiction film adaptation Logan's Run, number 6, and the Western The Rawhide Kid, number 147, both for Marvel, and a 10-page preview of the graphic novel Sabre, Slow Fade of an Endangered Species with writer Don McGregor in the comics magazine Heavy Metal, Volume 2, Number 2, 1978. Mislabeled Volume 3, Number 2 in the indicia. With writer McGregor, Gulacy created one of the first American modern graphic novels, Eclipse Books' Sabre, Slow Fade of an Endangered Species, published in August of 78, 2 months before Will Eisner's more famous graphic short story collection, A Contract with God. It was the first graphic novel to be sold in the new direct market of comic book stores, described on the credits page as a comic novel, the term graphic novel not being in common usage at the time. The trade paperback was priced at a then considerable $6. It helped prove the new format's viability by going into a February 79 second printing. Eclipse would publish a 10th anniversary edition hardcover and trade with a new Gulacy cover. A 20th anniversary edition was published by Image in 98 and a 30th anniversary edition by Desperado Publishing in 2009. In 79 and 80, Gulacy drew several horror, science fiction, fantasy stories for Warren Publishing's Black and White Comics magazines Eerie, Vampirella, and Warren Presents. Some were reprinted in Eclipse Comics Nightmares 1 and 2 in 85. Gulacy also drew the cover in the 6-page story Libido, written by his Master of Kung Fu colleague Doug Moench in the comics magazine Epic Illustrated number 3. Along with the covers for independent publisher Capital Comics superhero title Nexus number 1 and 2, that was in 81 and 82, Gulacy drew covers and an occasional story for such anthology series as Marvel Preview and Bizarre Adventures and Eclipse Comics, Eclipse Magazine in 1983. That Eclipse Magazine's really good. I should dig up some copies of that. I know I've got them. They're a lot of fun to look at. He drew several covers for the independent AC Comics Black Diamond, Americomics, Star Masters, and FemForce Special, before reteaming with Moench on the 4-issue creator-owned Epic Comics series 6 from Sirius. Sorry, that only ran 4 issues. I thought it ran longer than that. That was from July to October of 84, and its 4-issue sequel, 6 from Sirius 2, in December to March 1985 to 86. Through the remainder of the decade, he drew primarily for Eclipse, the company's revival of the 40 series Airboy, and a new spin-off Valkyrie, and Dark Horse Comics. Gulacy also began working for DC Comics with Batman 393 to 394 and the 6-issue miniseries Slash Maraud in November of 87 through April of 88, co-created by Moench. The two also collaborated on a series of 8-page chapters starring the superhero Cold Blood, which ran in the bi-weekly omnibus Marvel Comics Presents, number 26 through 35. During the 90s, Gulacy worked primarily on Batman and such science fiction movie properties as Terminator, Predator, and Star Wars, and co-created the Valiant Comics crime series Grackle,
Wow.
which I can't say I've ever heard of.
No, but he has been everywhere.
Among the many titles Gulacy has drawn are the DC Comics Batman, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, Batman Prey, Batman Outlaws Year 1, Batman Ra's al Ghul, Catwoman, Green Lantern, Digital or Dragon Lord, and JSA Classified. Acclaimed Comics, Eternal Warrior, and Turok, Dinosaur Hunter. Oh, I bet he'd be really good at Turok. That's a great strip for him. Dark Horse Comics, Star Wars, Crimson Empire, and Penthouse Comics, Omni Comics. In 2002, he combined his interest in science fiction and spy stories in DC Comics SCI Spy, and that same year returned to his signature character with his and Doug Moench's 6-issue Marvel miniseries Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu that ran from November of 2002 to April of 2003. Other Marvel work includes collaborations with writers Mark Guggenheim on the 4-issue miniseries Squadron Supreme, Hyperion versus Nighthawk, from March to June of 2007, with writer Carrie Bates on True Believers. In 1989, Gulacy lived in Portland. As of 1989, Gulacy lived in Portland, Oregon, with his wife Valerie and their infant daughter Paige. In December of 2008, he married wife Nancy. As of 2014, they remained married.
Okay.
Excuse me for just a second.
Very detailed work. Yep. That's the bit that'll get us banned.
Our Crumb episodes are still up there, so I think they know art when they see it.
Good.
Besides, there's plenty of other channels out there giving them a lot more hassle than we are.
Yeah. Super impressive, that stuff.
I keep moving the camera back because on the printing of this, the gutters are incredibly small at the bottom. They kind of crimped it down depending upon the size of the page.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't seem to care.
They're still figuring out what they were doing publishing-wise, printing-wise. So, just some fantastic work here.
Yeah, great stuff.
Dave says it's impressive how he creates different textures and surfaces with only black and white. Yeah.
We'll try.
It's a great time to be into comics during this period. They were really trying to get, as sometimes they get over wordy, especially McGregor has a bad habit of using a lot of prose. There's a Killraven story out there where there's at least 3/4 of a page. It's nothing but prose writing. Right in the middle of the story.
Killraven is another one that's got a very 70s look to it.
Killraven is one of those unique properties that is as good as the creative team that's on it. You know? Because it first starts out with Roy Thomas and Neil Adams and the Krusty Bunkers, which is everybody working at continuity at the time. They handled the first couple of issues, and then it gets handed to somebody else, Steve Englehart, I think it was, and George, not George Tuska, Herb Trempe, I believe, not Trempe. No, it was Tuska. It was George Tuska, who had a long run on Hulk. And it went very bizarre. There was a Rat King, and they went to Washington, D.C. and did all sorts of really just crazy, almost commandy type quality stories, talking animals, that kind of stuff. And then McGregor gets on the book, and they bring P. Craig Russell in, and McGregor brings an intellectual twist to it and starts asking a lot of really cool philosophical questions. And then we've looked at P. Craig Russell's work before here with Elric, and he comes in, and those issues are right up there with the classic Marvel material of the day, like Starlin's Captain Marvel and Warlock material. Just iconic, beautiful stuff. Master of Kung Fu, the early, actually anything that Munch wrote, which was most of the Master of Kung Fu's, are also really good. And you would think that it would just be a kind of like a boring fight book, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on and a lot happening.
You should look at it. I've got a Warlock omnibus, actually.
Yeah.
That would be a good one to look at.
It's nice. I've got most of that material.
Yeah. And the fact that it started really weirdly as well.
Yeah.
And Gil Kane was involved at the start, wasn't he, in a lot of it?
Well, the Warlock originally started out being Counter Earth.
Yeah.
Where it was like Journey to the Far Side of the Sun.
Yeah.
Or Doppelganger over there, the classic Gary Anderson movie. Where there's a planet exactly opposite of us rotating around the sun. And their Warlock, which was that cocoon him, or that was in Fantastic Four, ends up landing over there and getting involved with the High Evolutionary. And his secondary character there was a hero that was, I think it was Reed Richards in Dr. Doom's Mask, if I'm not mistaken. Some pretty crazy stuff.
The Hulk turned up at some point as well, didn't he? And
I think so.
Yeah, there was lots of crossover and stuff.
But they had
then it went off after that. Starlin got hold of it, and it went very cosmic.
Well, they had a very difficult time with the numbers, so he ended up going off in space, and Starlin took him, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
They've got a list on his Wikipedia page of awards and nominations that he's won for his artwork. A big bibliography of his work. I'm not sure. It doesn't say anything about what he might be working on now, but he's still around. He's probably doing a lot of movie work, I would imagine, because it pays so much better.
Yeah, it's good work if you can get it.
Yeah. American Penciler Inkpot Award, 81. Hackster Award, 97. It's great stuff. Conan the Skull of Set graphic novel with Doug Moench in 1989.
Oh, got some Conan as well.
Yeah, Epic Illustrated #3. Did a short story called Libido. Marvel Comics Presents. There, we already mentioned that. Shanna the She-Devil feature from Marvel Comics Presents 68 to 77. More stuff that will probably never ever be reprinted. So. Because, problematic. And a girl in a bikini running around in the jungle or in a skimpy bathing suit. Penance, Squadron Supreme. We have True Believers 1 through 5. Epic Comics. He did 6 from Sirius. Books and compilations. Spies, Vixens, and Masters of Kung Fu. The Art of Paul Gulacy. Edited by Michael Cronenberg and J. David Spurlock. 128 pages from Vanguard Press. Probably still available. November of 2005, so the book's only 20 years old. We haven't looked at Paul Gulacy's work here on the show before. I figured that this would be an ideal one to show off. I just didn't expect we would pour through it as fast as we did.
Well, though I'm in a short one occasionally, is there?
Yeah, Glenn in the house. It says the house is if all kitchen. Except the kitchen. Plastering and electronics done. Now waiting for the actual fitting. Helen fixes dinner in living room. Go figure. You've missed the obvious reference to Kirk Douglas from the Vikings. Of course, well, yeah, we might have done that. Wasn't intentional. Look at the pretty horses, though. Yeah, I've got an illustrators an issue of illustrators that covers Jim Holdaway and Sydney Jordan.
Right.
And I was thinking about showing that off, but I wanted to make sure Glenn was going to be here.
Well, it's we've done an hour. We can leave it there.
We have.
Yeah. I've got plenty to do.
Yeah, me too. I can go back to bed. Folks, we're really glad you were able to stop by today and look this book over with us. I haven't looked at it in probably a couple of decades, but wasn't too dusty. No serious coffee stainage, but it was such a well-read copy to start with. So don't worry about condition. I'm not one to keep a book for condition anyway. I'm not that kind of collector. I'm a reader. So, and if you were
to be read,
visit my basement and see my long boxes with all of the comics that don't have a bag and board on them, you'd probably kill me. But oof, I need to go through those again too. I haven't gone through those in probably I don't know, 10, 15 years.
Ooh.
My wife has a lot more long boxes than I do. She was an avid collector there for a long time. I met her while I was at working in a comic shop. So she kept coming in every week and kept coming in looking nicer and nicer. And, we went to see Beetlejuice at the theater. And after that, it was it. But yeah, she hasn't opened some of them comic boxes in decades too. SABRE, folks, Don McGregor, Paul Gulacy, you get to find a copy. Definitely buy it. It's well worth the read, even though it is a long haul because of McGregor's writing, prose work. Still worth it. Very, very much a great, entertaining piece of work. We hope you get a chance to look it up. I'm not sure if it'll ever be reprinted again, because a lot of these companies are running out of money to do this kind of work and to keep these kind of products in print. So I just got yesterday I saw on Facebook, Ben Dunn from Antarctic Press posted a picture of a big empty space over at San Diego, at the San Diego Comic-Con. It's a huge Comic-Con. He said that space probably was worth $15,000. Considering the prices that they pay for space at the show. And Ben assumed that it was a publisher that couldn't quite afford to do San Diego this year, thanks to Diamond.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Marketing is the first thing to go.
Does affect us all. That's it, folks. SABRE, a comic novel. Brought to you by Eclipse back in 1978. We appreciate you stopping by. Our numbers are pretty solid this morning. We appreciate you being here. We're just going to cut it short because that's the end of the book. It's a nice one and done. We do appreciate you stopping by. Whenever you watch us, we know the majority of our viewers are after the fact, and we deeply appreciate that as well. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to whatever channel or platform that you find this program on. If you enjoy this kind of talk, we do this twice a week, Friday mornings live at 5 a.m., mostly live at least. Every once in a while we'll have a recorded episode.
We are mostly alive.
Or still need more coffee, yeah. And then Sunday mornings at 9 a.m., we do the Sunday Funnies. And this Sunday, let me see, what are we looking at this Sunday? This Sunday, we're going to be looking at an issue of Crime Does Not Pay off of Comic Plus. We've looked at issues of Crime Does Not Pay in the past. And I just figured we'd pick up almost where we left off, issue number 58. And if you've never seen an issue of Crime Does Not Pay, and it was out in the 50s and stopped about 53, 54 when the Comic Code Authority kicked in, there's a reason. It's one of the primary reasons why the Comic Code Authority is in existence, or was in existence. And they tried to, or they successfully, I should say, ran that publisher right out of business. And at the time, especially in the run of Crime Does Not Pay that we're looking at, they were moving over 6 million copies.
Good Lord. Imagine that, 6 million copies an issue.
But it was a true crime.
We'd only have to sell one issue. We'd be rich.
Yep. Even at a dime. It was a true crime comic that ran true stories, no matter how violent they were. And there is a lot of violence in this issue. So we recommend only adult viewers, but it's great material. There's a fantastic George Tuska story right at the start. That is amazing. If you've only known George Tuska from his Marvel work, you'll be amazed to see this work. That's 9 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday Funnies. Crime Does Not Pay. We hope to see you then. We are archived over at the Comic Book Black Belt channel.
We are.
YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel. It's ZIMM YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel. And again, wherever you find us, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. You don't have to join us. It doesn't cost any money. It's just a punch of a button, but it goes a long way in helping the algorithms get us out there and seen by a number of other comic lovers such as yourself. We cover material like this, like I said, twice a week. We have a couple of years of archives under our belt at all of those above, or all of those channels I mentioned before. There's a wide variety of material there, and there is so much more to come because there's so much great comic art like this just waiting to be discovered. And sure, some of it is dated. So like we're looking at kind of a blaxploitation type period piece here, but it's still great, phenomenal sequential art. And there's so much to learn from these masters. And obviously you could spend a good day or two studying light and shadow just off of this book alone and looking at Gulacy's fantastic work. So we hope you stick around with us. If you enjoyed this program, tell your friends. I'm thinking that's it. Go visit your local retailer. Yeah. They need your help right now. Give comics as a gift if you can. There's some great products out there. And look at those boxes at your spend a little bit of time with your retailer and look at those boxes that might not be looked through very often, because you'd be amazed at what kind of work you could find. You might even find this SABRE book mixed in with a bunch of other magazines. So take a look. You never know. All right, Russ, please tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at russleach.com. As Randy was saying, go to the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel. I'm within 50 subscribers of getting that magic 1,000. I don't know how magic it is anymore, but it'd be nice to get it. So go to russleach.com, sign up for the email list if you're interested in The Atlantean, and you can go to the merch page and see what is available there, including back issues. So check it out, russleach.com. Okay.
All right. And folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman, Arrow Comics, and the Atlantean writer. And again, you can find that stuff, criticalblast.com, barnesandnoble.com, Amazon should have 2 volumes, or does have 2 volumes, plus the Shadow Kingdom adaptation over there. We highly recommend them. Yeah. Or you can go over to fundmycomic.com right now and be part of this campaign.
We earn more from that. We earn more from that than we do from Amazon. So if you can, go there. Also, there are 2 catch-up tiers that you will save money on the cover price of the books, especially the omnibus tier, which has the Shadow Kingdom in black and white and the Atlantean 1 and 2 and a wonderful cover, wraparound cover. So there's a few
Right there.
people check that. Yeah, that one right there. There's a few people check that out. It's about 11 people in there looking at that. So yeah, please
15.
do go.
Yep.
15. Please do go check that out. It's a very popular bundle, and it has got a beautiful cover. So
very proud of this work, folks. There will be 3 volumes of the Atlantean out at the time this campaign closes and is fulfilled. But like Russ said, that omnibus volume, if you need to catch up, will have Shadow Kingdom and the first 2 Atlanteans in it. And again, look at that fantastic cover.
Yeah, there won't be another omnibus until we finish volume 1, which is somewhere between 4 and 6 issues, depending on where we want to cut it. And then we will produce an omnibus.
So much going on, and I'm not sure where it's going to end.
No,
So,
who knows?
who knows? Issue 4 is being scripted as we speak. Volume 3, as you can tell, has got completed artwork, and Russ is in the process of finishing the inks up on that now. And we will have this book out to you, in September?
Yeah, I mean,
it's
going to print it goes to print middle of September. So the way the things usually happen is the campaign ends. We have a week to put together final print files and what have you. So we do kind of keep the storefront open if you're late to the party, just for a week. Then it goes off to print, and then it gets put in packages and sent out to our backers. So I've put down that 1st of October is our mat date, as it were, the date where people get it through their post boxes, their letter boxes. But it could be sooner than that. So and then once we're there and everybody's got their book, then it goes out to Amazon after that, and that's a second print run, which is slightly different. Like we say, the crowdfunding, our backers get something unique. And then we're straight on to issue 4, and the crowdfunder for that, I would imagine, will start middle of October. So there you go.
All right.
Full on.
And again, folks, thanks so much for stopping by. We deeply appreciate you. See you next time, Sunday at 9 a.m. for Sunday Funnies, as we look through Crime Does Not Pay. Be back here next Friday, and perhaps we'll look through that art of Sidney Jordan and Jim Holdaway.
Yeah, be good.
More great artists. A lot of great, more stuff to come. A lot of variety. If there's anything out there that you want us to take a look at, do drop us a comment. Drop us a comment anyway on whatever platform you're watching us on. If there's something that you want us to look through, do make that suggestion. We'll definitely consider it. And hopefully we'll see it here in an upcoming show. More Frank Miller coming. Carl Barks on the way. Vaughn Baudet, hopefully. Gilbert Shelton.
Good stuff. Look at that.
Maybe George Metzger even.
Wow.
You never know. One of my favorites. He does that Moondog underground, or that's not really an underground, it's more of an indie comic that's up there in the corner there. And just, we do this, folks. We're not monetized for this. We're below YouTube scrutiny, so that we can show you the stuff that we want to show you. And we show it because we're inspired by it. We love it. We love this art form. We can't get enough of it. And there's so much great material that's so underappreciated, especially in the modern market, that we feel it necessary to show it off and let you see some of the great art and great comics that have been out there over the years. We hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. You look at our back archives. You have a great weekend. We'll hopefully see you on Sunday or see you on the next one. And take care, I guess.
That's what done.
See you soon. We're not normally this short, but the book was small. So, and
We're
no
only half an hour short.
There was no Glenn. Anyway.
It's Glenn's fault.
Take care, everybody.
See ya.
See you then. Buy alternative and independent comics, especially ours. Go over and check out that Atlantean campaign over at fundmycomic.com. Atlantean 3. If you love if you like sword and sorcery material, you won't be disappointed. And if you are, I need to know why. Take care, folks. See you soon. We're going out. We can go out nice and slow this time. So we'll find a few things. Oh, on our way out the door, I do have a fantastic quote that I found on the internet, so I know it's true. From the great Sun Tzu, who says, everyone's an atheist until they clog a toilet in someone else's house.
I'm sure he said that.
I'm positive he said that. You know it's true. I found it on the internet.
Dear.
Exactly. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Thanks for being here. In the time before Atlantis sank, when the lands of this world were savage and untamed, one man would claim his destiny, seizing his place as a king. After defending his throne and learning the devastating truth of the Serpent Kingdom and its deadly cults, King Kull in his right hand ruled the Spear Slayer, make a solemn vow to hunt down and destroy the hidden empire of these serpent demons. These are the tales of those journeys. This is the Atlantean. Tales inspired by the brilliance of Robert E. Howard, featuring his first barbarian characters as introduced in the pages of his classic tale, The Shadow Kingdom. Each volume contains beautifully painted covers and around 50 pages of original black and white art and story, featuring classic sword and sorcery adventures you don't want to miss. Join us on these epic adventures and sign up now for news with the email list at russleach.com. Bring your axe and prepare for battle. We've got a little extra time. We can run a news report. Shall we do that? Want to hear a little bit of news report?
Don't have a choice.
It's all BS anyway.
This week's top story, bullshit. All bullshit. Now over to Karen for the weather.
Thanks, Jim. As you can see, the weekend forecast is pure bullshit. Now over to Dan for sports.
Thanks, Karen. What an action-packed week of bullshit plays. Now back to Jim. And that's the news. Next week, more bullshit. Good night.
Yep.
Take care, everybody.
What was that? This is not a charade. We need total concentration. Now, once again, this time, with theory.
What?
Mexican were a they Osborne. If immigration ever stops you, all you gotta say is Osborne in the USA. If not, you're gonna have to make a phone call and say what Ozzy sang on one of his songs. Mama, I'm coming home. Just like that.
And by the way, did you ever try to hide an elephant?
You will be dead in 5 minutes.
For your information, my doctor gave me 3 years to live, and I don't intend to make a fool out of him.
trying. Is there anything I can do for you? What a ridiculous statement.
Mr. Grunion, I want you to help me.
I have a little sand left. What seems to be the trouble?
Some men are following me.
Really? I can't understand why.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the